Hello, I hope everyone's doing good today. Today I'm going to be looking at doing a honeysuckle tea. For the purposes of this recipe, it calls for using yellow flowers. These ones are kind of wilted, but you want to use the yellow flowers because they're more mature and have more nectar in them than the white flowers do. And what we're going to do is we're going to get 2 cups worth, this is a 2-cup measuring cup, of honeysuckles. Then we're going to go inside and start the tea steeping process and stirring process and all that. Now hopefully by the end of the video, or at the end of the video, I remember to put, I have a graphic that has the recipe on it, so you can pause the video and write the recipe down if you so choose to. I gotta learn how to talk here. When I harvest, I use a pair of scissors simply because this minimizes the amount of trauma to my honeysuckle plant. Plus, when you pick stuff with your fingers, you always take a chance of ripping or bruising, leaving an exposed place on the vine itself for infection, disease, and things of that nature. So basically all I'm going to do is I'm going to sit this back on the ground. As I go to the base where the flowers are and snip. Good clean cut that makes, like I said, it minimizes trauma to the plant, minimizes the chance of disease, infection that could potentially kill off your plant. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video, finish harvesting the honeysuckles. Then we'll move inside and we'll start the tea making process of this. Okay people, we have our 2 cups of yellow honeysuckle flowers. For the sake of clarity, I did get some white flowers mixed in there. I'm going to go ahead and leave those in, waste not, want not. Then we'll go. I'm going to give these a rinse, and I'm going to pull off all like the unwanted leaves like this and stuff. I'm going to do that off camera to get everything set up to start the tea brewing process. But I do need to go through, as I said before, take and remove all the unwanted foliage and leaves and stuff like that. Give them a quick rinse to knock off any bugs or pollens or anything that may be floating in the air that might cause a bad or a off taste in the tea. So let me go ahead, let's get the camera paused, go inside and start doing this. Hello, we're back inside now. I've cleaned and rinsed off my 2 cups of honeysuckle. Now I'm going to add 2 cups water. I'm going to turn on our oven, or our stove, excuse me. Turn the camera a little bit, get a little bit better view there. What we're going to do at this point is we're just going to stir occasionally till we get a rolling boil. Just stir it a little bit. Make sure you get everything in there, get it in the water, get it wet. Okay. What I need to do is say that this video is in part inspired by the hard work and dedication that the park rangers and park interpreters at the Texas State Parks put into their job. The amount of information they gather, the knowledge they're willing to spread and share is just awesome. Especially for Joel Jansen at Livingston State Park. I need to give a shout out to him, simply because he's the one that actually piqued my interest into the edible and wild edible plants and stuff in East Texas. So we'll go with that, and we'll keep an eye on this. Missed a couple leaves here. Pull those off, put that back in. Okay, we have reached the point of a rolling boil, so I'm going to set my timer for 1 minute, and we're going to stir vigorously for this 1 minute. And I splashed some out, but then after the 1 minute, we'll let this steep for 2 hours. Smells like I just put my face into a honey jar. The liquid is starting to turn a nice golden yellow. So timer. Kill the heat. This is kind of what we're looking at. Don't know how it's coming out on camera, but we're going to let this steep for 2 hours. Then we'll be back to finish it off. Is I've got an empty pan. I'm going to take a strainer, and I'm going to line the strainer with flour cloth. You can use a double layer of cheesecloth, works just as well. I prefer to use the flour cloth, simply because it is a little bit more durable than cheesecloth. I can get a whole lot extra squeezed out. Use a little bit more force, where when I've done it with cheesecloth, the cheesecloth will rip and explode. So that's, like I said, it's either or. It's not a big difference. It's just I prefer to use the flour cloth. Just personal choice. Now what I'm going to do is take our concoction. I'm going to dump it through. And something I want to point out. The flowers turn this kind of light greenish because you've extracted all the pollen and all the color out. So we're going to put that back in. Take this up like this. And we're going to squeeze as much liquid out as we can. Let's set this to the side. There we go, we got it all squeezed out. Now, the wife wants to try it without the sugar and the lemon added, so I'm going to pull off a shot glass full for her. Put that there. Then we're going to return this. We're going to take this pot here, we're going to rinse it out real quick. The water at the sink isn't, or the lighting at the sink isn't the best, so we're going to do this. I'm going to have to take off the mic for a second. Try to get this thing back on. Okay, I think we got it back on. The reason why we want to rinse out this pot is because you're going to have little bits of plant material that didn't come out. So we just want to rinse this out. I'm going to take this, I'm going to take our tea, we're going to add it back to this pot. And we still got a couple little bits of plant material in there. We're going to get our sugar. And we're going to put two tablespoons of sugar in. And we're going to put lemon juice. We're going to put 2 teaspoons of lemon juice in. Then we're going to pretty much we just heat this till all the sugar dissolves. And you can use, sorry about that, I forgot to turn the camera. Forgot to turn the camera back, that was my fault. What we did was we put okay, we put our I forgot to turn the camera in. By the time I realized it, I'd already put 2 tablespoons of sugar in and 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. We're heating this back up to our sugar dissolves. And it is at this point I will take and I will dump it into this here, my 2 cup measuring cup, just so you can see You want to stir it the whole time you're reheating it. It just gets the sugar to dissolve quicker. And there we go. Now hopefully I can do this without spilling it all over the place. And this is what your honeysuckle tea is going to look like when it's finished. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.